in boxing. Man in boxing. Led the Flair Cops. Shout out to Goodfellas Sports TV.
Keith, one-time Thurman, says he wants to get back and dominate like he did before the welterweight division and become the monster that he knows he's capable of becoming. Let's talk about article interview he did with Boxing Scene. It seemed like boxers has been very, very active in doing these interviews on Instagram and with these writers over the phone and all that. So it's positive, man, that, you know, they feeling bored, they feeling anxious, and, you know, this COVID-19 coronavirus, aka the Roro, got dudes, you know, contemplating, thinking about what they can become, and, you know, growing some courage. And with Keith Thurman, you never dominated the welterweight division. You was the number one welterweight, just like Errol Spence now is now. But you didn't dominate. You didn't separate yourself. You wasn't seen as, you know, what a Pacquiao, Mayweather, Ray Leonard was the welterweight division. You wasn't. You never fought the guy, the next guy. You never fought the guy, the other guy, the number one contender or your rival in the division. You never fought Errol Spence. Only way I believe that he wanted to be the monster that he capable of and dominating the division is if, you know, he fight Errol Spence. That's it. That's it. If you fight Errol Spence or you fight Bud, but I prefer Earl, I'm tired of, you know, because you've been scared of Earl from the beginning. But then I don't care what your master plan is. To be honest, oh, my hand feel good, I feel healthy, and I don't care. I'd rather you just move up or disappear. You know? I'd rather you disappear. If your aim ain't to fight Errol Spence, if Earl, you know, is victorious versus Danny, he victorious versus IBF mandatory or interim title holder, Q-Double or Olympias. If the goal ain't to fight Errol, bare minimum fight Crawford. If you talking about rematching Danny and rematching Sean and you, I don't care about nothing about that. If you want people to believe that you really want to be proactive about your career, that you really about it, my Master P voice, you want people to believe that, man, get in the ring with Earl, bro. Get in the ring. You've been ducking and dodging Earl for so long. Get in the ring with Earl. And in this statement, it has some validity. You know, you talking about last year was supposed to be a tune-up. You fought Pacquiao, and you wanted to fight Pacquiao to rematch with nobody else. That's the real key to making people believers. You like Keith Thurman, man, is like the most hoest boxer out there. You know what I'm saying? Real talk. I'm saying this, you know, from a position or from a place of a boxing fan, from love. Keith Thurman was the majority of his detractors and naysayers and people that got disdain for him. Keith Thurman was niggas' favorite fighter. They thought he can get with Floyd and with Pacquiao at one point, you know. And once Al Heyman had turned him into a toy soldier, like he did Errol Spence. Now I ain't even saying doing, he did it to Errol Spence. All of a sudden, these dudes that was breathing fire, now when they was the hunter, now they the hunted. All of a sudden, you know, it's whoa, Kimasabe, hey, they ain't trying to fight nobody. But I know what PBC trying to do. They trying to rebuild up Keith Thurman and Errol Spence is a big fight. Earl gonna fight Danny. He gonna fight the IBF intern winner between Q-Double Olympias. They gonna rematch with Sean. You know, if the Danny fight close enough, they'll think about that. They gonna have him fight Keith Thurman. That's gonna be their big fight. They gonna just recycle their old fights. People say, well, Bud ain't did this, but how do you know these dudes is good? You know what I'm saying? If you got a bunch of C-level, B-level fighters, I'm just saying this as an example. You got a bunch of C-level, B-level fighters, right? And they all fight each other. How do you know who A fighter? They just beating the same level opponents. With PBC, they just fighting each other. All them niggas been in this division. They old, all of them weight drain. They all done wore out they welcome. Other than Danny Garcia, out of the top guys, these dudes have all moved down in weight throughout their career. Keith Thurman, first 15, 16, whatever fights, 13 fights was at junior middleweight. Errol Spence had a few fights at junior middleweight. Sean Porter had fights at light heavyweight, super middleweight, junior middleweight. You know what I'm saying? So a whole bunch of old drained fighters that should have been moved up in weight fighting each other. How good we know? How we know you good? Because y'all beating up on each other. You know, y'all struggling with, you know, some of y'all niggas struggling with old ass Pacquiao. So, man, Keith Thurman can sit here and talk all this. And if you're still a Keith Thurman fan, bro, like a diehard Keith Thurman fan, he must have gave you a hug, an interview, you know, you know, he must have gave you a signed boxing glove. Because ain't no way, bro. You can't sit here and say and give Keith Thurman an exception and then bash Errol Spence. You know, then turn around and bash Anthony Joshua. Even though Keith Thurman has been honest at the forefront of saying, I ain't fighting Earl, this got to build up, or I ain't fighting this guy, this got to build up, this, that, and the third. Even though he honest about his whole ways, it don't get him no pass in my book. It don't get him no pass in your boy book. So ain't no way you can sit here and protect Keith Thurman and bash Errol Spence. Nah, bruh. You gotta be consistent. That's what I don't like about me. I ain't missing no words. If I feel a certain type of way about a fighter, you can be my favorite fighter tomorrow. But if you pulling whole moves, man, I got to call a spade, bro. I got to be 100. You won't catch me not making a video, avoiding video requests. Nah, bro, I'm gonna let y'all know. You know, but this old man can't even stay in the damn lane. But, you know, hopefully, you know, this time, you know, he training. You know, he's slimmer. I've seen a video of him slimming down. So he taking it serious. You know, his hand, just what had happened was he injured his hand before the Pacquiao fight, and they tried to just do self-rehabilitation, and you know, he had to go ahead and have the surgery. So he had to go ahead and have that surgery, and you know, so he been out since then. So it healed up. Says 100% is feeling good. He was able to start back punching in March. So I've been following this story, but at the end of the day, even if he go in there, let's just say he go in there and he do dominate the division, he beat Earl, he beat Terrence and all that, you know, it's still a stain that even, you know, Gain or Ty can't get off his reputation. All that ducking and running and hiding from them, like, dude, I can't respect that dude, man. I can't fully, you know, restore the honor that Keith Thurman had. Because he sit out here and say, well, Errol Spence, you know, I ain't hungry no more, but I'll fight him. Like, man, what y'all trying to build that fight up into? You done lost to Pacquiao, Keith Thurman. You know, you don't stay active. Fight the man. You're not trying to move up in weight or back up in weight. Fight the man. No, but now if you beat the man, you don't get full credit. He went through a car window. You know, that's what his people gonna say. Well, you know, he wasn't the same since the car accident. Keith Thurman didn't get a prime Errol Spence. That's gonna be the moniker. A focused Adrian Broner, a prime Roy Jones, a prime Mike Tyson. You don't get a prime Errol Spence or pre-car accident Errol Spence. That's gonna be the excuse if he don't bounce back. You know what I'm saying? And all these PBC welterweights that I named, Sean, Danny, Keith, all of them drained. All of them drained, but they refused to move up. All this shit should have happened 2 years ago. 3 years ago, they all should have fought each other. And they should have moved on to a different weight division. But they just trying to hold on because they know what it is going up to 54. There's too many monsters up there. Too many high risk, low reward fighters up there. And now he not even gonna get credit now. The money not even gonna be there for the fight that it once would have been there. If they would have fought 2, 3, 4 years ago, you know what I'm saying? Even they raised the price of pay-per-view, he probably would have still made more money because he would have fought him like 2 or 3 times. At least 2 times they would have probably made them fight. And whoever would have came out victorious, man, they would have been by far a bigger star than anybody from 47, 50, anybody under Canelo weight class. Anybody under Canelo weight class, they would have been a way bigger star. But you marinate this fight for what? Now we not even getting Keith Thurman versus best Errol Spence. This is like it's almost like Roy Jones and Bernard Hopkins too at this point. You got 2 broke down old fighters. You know, the Errol Spence may not be the same for a while. He may not be the same again. He might bounce back and be the same fighter. Who knows? But right now, if they was to fight in the next 6 months, 10 months, 12 months, and Errol Spence don't get a chance to fight again because of COVID, or he tune up, or he don't look good when he come back, you know, then you got broke down Keith Thurman. It's the same shit. 2 old, past their prime fighters possibly. And I say Keith Thurman is really past his prime. The best Keith Thurman is gone. Errol Spence, we gotta wait and see. You know? So that's on cuz. You know, all this thinking, it's like being in solitary confinement or being behind the prison walls. In a jail cell, you got a lot of time to think about what you need to do and what you want to do. And it all starts with a state of mind. You know, once you self-isolated or you do some thinking and you closed off from the world, your mind really make you think. And that's what Keith Thurman is experiencing. His mind is making him think about things. You know, once you get out of that isolation mode and once you get back to the real world, we'll see if you put them pedals to the metal. But at this point, it ain't no point even fighting Errol Spence and Keith Thurman. You look so bad out here. I mean, or Terrence Crawford. Or Terrence Crawford will probably be the fight you get most credit for. It ain't no point. But all they gonna do is put a $100 price tag on Errol and Keith Thurman. And they gonna marinate it. I'm telling you, this is marination. They gonna marinate it hard. This is all it is. They gonna put a $100 price tag and try to sell you this is the best fight in the welterweight division because this is what the fans want to see. The fans want to see this shit 4 years ago. It's old and stale. Both of these fighters are not the fighter they was 4 years ago. 3 years ago, they probably was at their 4 or 3 years ago, depending on who you talk about, they was at their best. Well, fans still watching, yeah, but it's not gonna have the intrigue, or it's not gonna be have the cachet that it once had. It's not. You know, but all of a sudden Keith Thurman, man, if he would have just said, hey man, I'm back, tune up, make sure my hand good, I'm ready for Errol Spence. That's all this article had to say. Because Keith Thurman is proven to be a man of his word. Oh, I don't want to fight him. You know, the fight's not big enough. Oh, he's not on my radar. You know, he ain't on my radar. But once Errol Spence, he get a belt, then he get another belt, then he find the genie that gave Aladdin 3 wishes, then I think I maybe possibly ponder on fighting Errol Spence. But right now, there's no room in my belly and there's no room in my mind to fight Errol Spence, okay? That's the type of answer his ass gonna give you, bro. That's the type of answer he gonna get. All you gotta do is article say, man, I'm ready to get back, dominate, and fuck Errol Spence up. That's simple. Simple as this article had to be wrote. Motherfucker, okay, cool. Yeah, Errol get past Danny, get the idea. We look forward to Keith Thurman fight finally. That's all he had to say. All this, I'm ready to dominate. No, we don't need all that. Dominate is subjective in your mind. You know, your definition of dominate is different. Oh, I just want to go back and fight Danny and Sean and get a rematch with Manny Pacquiao and then fight Conor McGregor and then I dominate the welterweight division. Okay? What about Terrence and Errol Spence? Oh, they got to fight each other 10 times. 1 time on Saturn, 1 time to Pluto, 1 time on Uranus, and maybe 1 time in Hong Kong while the COVID virus is viral. They got to fight each other. Keith 1 time Thurman, I fought Sean, I fought Danny, I beat Julio Diaz, I beat Diego Chavez, I fought Manny Pacquiao. I felt I beat Manny Pacquiao. Okay? I felt I beat Manny Pacquiao. I just have no interest in those fights. But Keith, how do you dominate the division and all the belts are between those guys besides Manny Pacquiao? Oh, a belt don't mean nothing. Keith 1 time Thurman had the WBC belt. He had the WBA belt, the Super WBA belt. Okay? I don't need those belts again. The WBO, don't nobody care about that. Crawford too small for 1 time. You know what I'm saying? I'm telling you, brother, his definition of motherfucking dominate is different from ours. So and he fight Errol Spence and Terrence Crawford, wake me up. I don't care about shit else. Cuz got popping. It's Goodfellas Sports TV. Don't forget me on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter. Appreciate everybody for tapping in. If you got video requests, business inquiry, sponsorship, video requests, hit me up on social media. want to make a donation to the channel, that link's in the description. Best way to donate is share the videos, man. So appreciate it. Cash App, PayPal in the description too. And we'll be getting back to more boxing later. I got a special stream coming up, so hopefully you guys tap in today. And then I'm gonna do some boxing later this week. And then once I do boxing later this week, I have some guys come on and we do a round table. So if you want to hop on the next boxing stream I do, hit me up on social media. Let me know ahead of time. We on.